bye-bye when it's warm enough. And yeah, they love the swimming pool. We open it at lunch times for them to play in as well as when they have their lessons.
예, 그리고 학교 내에 이제 수영장에서 애들이 이제 여름 되면 배워요. 그리고 이제 점심 때도 오픈해 놓고요. 네.
텀 4하고 텀 1이니까 그 6개월 동안은 학교 수영장을 이용할 수 있어요. 여름 학기 시즌에. 텀 4하고 텀 1에. 그래서 매일 애들이 교실에서 나와서 체육 수업을 수영장 가서 한다고 생각하시면 돼요. 여름 학기. 매일 수영장 수영복을 보내야지. 수영복을 학교에 같이 보내야 돼요.
네.
So Marisa, it's almost time's up. So do you have any words for the last
word for your school?
Look, just to say that you'll be very, very welcome and well looked after at Bellevue, and we understand that it's a big decision to make, to feel right. And that's really important, especially for you as a mum coming over and bringing your children. So it has to be the right decision. And if you come to Bellevue, we'll look after you, but we know that the decision has to be the right one for you and for your family.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much today, Melissa.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You have a swimming pool in your ground.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Yeah. So,
the horse and
yes. And then they got to ride in the farm vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
That's my daughter, and the children said it was like being on a roller coaster.
Great.
뭐 질문 있어요? 이제 마지막 질문 한 가지 할까요?
학교에 혹시
The children fed the horses carrots.
Yes.
A milk bottle and picked avocados from the trees, and it was really lovely.
I was supposed to be there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a lovely time.
Yes, yeah, I saw the picture.
All the mums rode the horses as well as all the children.
Fantastic. Yeah.
학교에서 지금 여기 집에 아마 봤을 거예요. 카페에서 봤죠. 그 아보카도하고 키위 과수원 농장 목장하는 큰 집에 가서 아이들이 하는데 여러 학교에서 그런 정기적인 모든 학교에서 매 학기별로 유학생들 가족들을 위한 행사를 정기적으로 해요. 근데 여기도 모닝티도 하고 그다음에 트립, 인터내셔널 스튜던트 트립도 가고 또 연말에 또 파티도 하고 그래서 여러 가지 행사들이 정기적으로 잘 이루어지고 있어요.
Here is some average school that really feels like a family, and we have wonderful grounds and lots of really, really good resources. I'll just pause there, shall I, Olive? Do you want to translate?
Yeah.
Keep going?
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that makes our school really special is our one-on-one ESOL lessons. So we have a very, very good ESOL tutor, and the children have one-on-one lessons every day with Felicity. She does a great job with the kids, and I've really noticed since I've been there that the children's English just goes so fast, and I think partly it's the one-on-one ESOL lessons and partly it's the really strong teaching in the classrooms as well.
Agree.
Yeah. 이게 학교가 여기도 작습니다. How many students do you have in total at the moment in your school?
400.
400. 그러니까 400명 있는 학교니까 한 학년에 한 2클래스 정도가 있다고 보시면 되고요. 학교의 인원수는 작지만은 그 학교 그라운드라든지 리소스는 굉장히 크고 좋아요, 많아요. 그리고 여기서 제일 조금 중요시 여기는 게 이솔 레슨인데 원투원 레슨을 해요. 1대1 레슨이 지금 이루어지고 있고요. 그 이솔에 대해서 굉장히 어머님들의 만족도가 되게 높습니다. 그것 때문에. 네.
And I think what I've noticed about Bellevue School too is that our Korean students, they just look like Kiwi kids. I see them playing with lots of the Kiwi kids and running around with bare feet and just having a lovely time in the school playground. The school has a really nice supportive family feel. Really strong relationships with teachers and students. Our class sizes are also lower than average across the school, which is another really good point for us. And I just think that the students are really welcome.
Sorry about that. How many students in a class?
So in our junior classrooms, so for Juwon's son, there would be a cap of up to 18. There'd be no more than 18. And in our senior classes, they're sitting on about 25, whereas in other schools, you see senior classes sit up to about 30, so they are slightly lower.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
그러니까 이제 아이들이 이제 여기 진짜 키위 아이들처럼 논다는 거죠. 여기 5교회 시작하면서 맨발로 뛰어다니고 완전히 진짜 융화가 너무 잘 돼 있는 상황이고 학교의 클래스 사이즈가 다른 학교보다 작다고 그래요. 그러니까 주니어는 보통 18명 정도까지 있고 시니어로 가게 되면 25명 정도랍니다. 한 반에. 예, 다른 학교보다 작죠. Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Yes, so I think another thing that's worth mentioning is our we have lots of a strong play-based learning philosophy in our junior school that's very well regarded in the local area. So very strong and experienced new entrant teachers who teach the children reading and writing and maths in formal settings, but also do lots of developmental teaching as well that really sets the children up for success in the New Zealand system, and it's very well regarded in the local area.
지금 뭐 저학년들 특히 이제 저학년들 이야기하는데 아이들이 뭐 놀이나 게임을 통해 가지고 그다음에 뭐 그러니까 리딩 매스 그러니까 리딩 라이팅 매스 같은 경우도 이제 아이들 나이에 맞춰서 여러 가지 활동이나 놀이 기반으로 수업을 많이 하고 있고 재밌게 하고 있다 그런 얘기고. Yeah. So could you please explain about your Montessori? The Montessori, there is a junior class at the Montessori school.
Yes, so Montessori is it's part of our school, but it has a separate philosophy about teaching and learning. And so in a nutshell, the Montessori philosophy is about student-led learning. So where the students follow passions and interests and are really taught, the teachers are more like facilitators, if you like. So they work alongside the children to follow the interests and passions of the students. They also teach explicit lessons just like you do in the mainstream as well. So there is certainly instruction happening, but you won't see a Montessori teacher sitting with the whole class in front of him or her. You'll see the children working on things that they're passionate about and interested about, and then the teacher working alongside those project areas. The Montessori have a very strong philosophy around environmental education and also practical life skills. So there's lots of hands-on opportunities for the Montessori children. And there are in our mainstream classes too, but I would say probably slightly more in the Montessori classes.
이 학교에 좀 어느 정도 다 알아들었어요? 가장 중요한 게 몬테소리는 한국에도 있는 것처럼 학생들이 자기 주도 학습을 주로 해요. 그러니까 선생님들이 어떤 주고 이렇게 일방적으로 이렇게 수동적으로 공부하는 게 아니라 자기가 하고 싶은 거, 자기 흥미나 뭐 관심이 있는 부분을 공부를 하면 선생님들이 옆에서 좀 도와주시는 거고요. 그게 이제 초등학교가 이제 1학년, 2학년, 3학년을 묶어서 학년 구분 없이 한 교실을 만들어요. 그래서 아이들이 자기가 하고 싶은 거 레벨에 맞춰서 각자 수업을 하고 있고, 특히 이제 몬테소리는 환경 수업 있잖아요. 생태 환경 쪽의 수업이 조금 더, 예를 들어 뭐 가드닝 한다라든가 이런 그런 것들 많이 하고, 그 다음에 가장 중요한 게 이제 몬테소리 교구 같은 걸 이제 많이 사용하는데 실습 위주, 그러니까 실기 위주로 가만히 책을 보고 하는 게 아니라 아이들이 직접 뭘 만들고 해보고 막 이런 그런 수업들이 저 일반 그러니까 메인스트림 뉴질랜드 커리큘럼으로 하는 게 있고 몬테소리가 있는데 몬테소리가 조금 더 그런 게 더 많다는 거예요.
So our mainstream classes, the students come from all over the Tauranga area to come because there's only 2 schools in all of Tauranga and Mount Ranganui that have a Montessori unit, and I think we're the only ones that take international students. The other school, Arataki School, doesn't have international students, but people come from all over Tauranga for that Montessori education, so they've got that sort of special nature part of the school.
거의 타우랑가의 몬테소리 스쿨이 거의 유일하게 하나, 저쪽 마운트 쪽에 아라타키는 별 활성화되지는 않고 거의 제대로 된 학교 형태로 된 건 벨뷰가 하나고요. 뉴질랜드 아이들 같은 경우는 공립학교임에도 불구하고 몬테소리 학급으로 들어가려면 수업료를 좀 내요. 얼마 정도 되지?
How much do you normally have to pay for the Montessori, even for your
Domestic students are paying some tuition fee.
Domestic students pay $2,000 a year.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as expensive as a private school, but it's and that pays for. So the Montessori classes have specific resources and specific. So a lot of their learning resources are different to the mainstream resources, and so that's all funded they also pay for the additional staffing in the Montessori, so the teacher aides who teach the practical life skills like the environmental work, and they do lots of cooking and sewing and things like that. So that pays for that additional staffing that happens in Montessori.
But international students are paying the same fee. It's, the general mainstream and the Montessori, you are asking the same amount of tuition fee.
Yes, I think so.
유학생들은 뭐 몬테소리로 가든 메인스트림으로 가든 똑같은 한 12,500불인가 12,500만 900만 원 정도 되는 거죠. 몬테소리로 가든.
네.
몬테소리로 가면 이제 뉴질랜드 애들은 한 200만 원 정도 돈을 내는데 우리는 이제 이쪽에 메인스트림은 무료고.
네.
Montessori, they have a belief around, they have two lots of 3 years at school, so the students are normally 6 when they start. And they stay with the same teacher in the same class for 3 years, and that's the idea of really knowing the student and having that strong relationship, and then they go to the senior class where they spend 3 more years in the senior class. So that's another slight difference to mainstream, where we usually change teachers. And you know, there are pros and cons for both, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
일반 학급으로 가면은 이제 여기는 큰 교실은 아니고요. 다 하나하나씩 돼 있는 교실이에요. 이제 옛날 교실 방식, 오픈된 교실이 아니고. 근데 몬테소리는 약간 오픈되어 있는 교실 형태고요. 1학년, 2학년, 3학년 이렇게 3개 학년을 묶어서 수업을 하는데 그 선생님하고 3년 동안 같이 쭉 가는 이런 형태로 수업한다고요. Anything in your school extra curriculum? Could you please explain how many?
Yeah, lots. Too many to list. So we have lots of sporting opportunities. We have a big inflatable fun football group that comes in on a Monday afternoon. We have gymnastics, we have dancing, we have you know, lots of sports, that sort of thing. We have the children, we do a production every 2 years. I think, have you been to a couple of our productions, Olive and Hyun?
Yeah, art exhibition as well.
Yeah.
Yes, incredible. So the production happens every 2 years, and it's a huge big at Bethlehem College there. Our senior school have a very strong education outside the classroom kind of philosophy too. So for example, this term, the senior classes are going down to the local salt marsh and doing an ecosystems study. They'll be going to Waimarino, where they'll do kayaking and all of those sorts of things. So there's lots of opportunities for education outside the classroom. They also run like an electives program each Friday where the children do hands-on. So we've got children doing woodwork, we've got children doing cooking, we've got children doing robotics, all those sorts of things on a Friday, which is a really high interest sort of a program. So I think most people, visitors that come to our school, really talk about how it feels really positive, it feels calm, the children are friendly, but we encourage them to climb trees and you know, really enjoy being children.
Wow.
It's quite a long story.
Sorry, Sean.
That's all right. I think the moms can understand what we are talking. And 뭐 이런 건 다 알아들었죠?
네네.
뭐 아이가 많이 있대요. 뭐 시니어 애들 같은 경우도 더 많죠. 여러 가지 외부 경시 대회나 어떤 대회 같은 거 나가는 것도 많이 있고, 뭐 좋은 결과도 갖고 있고. 뭐 특별히 뭐 기억나는 게 있어. 프로덕션하고 뭐 미술 전시회.
그다음에 아까 어머님 말씀하신 것처럼 금요일에는 이렇게 펀 프라이데이처럼 이렇게 일렉티브 데이라고 해가지고 그날 아이들이 자기가 좋아하는 것들을 따로 이렇게 배우는 기회가 많다는 거죠. 예.
And last week we took all our Korean mums, so we meet with our Korean mums regularly as well and have that nice, you know, networking. Last week, or a couple of weeks ago now, we took all our Korean mums and all our kids out to my home out in Katikati, where we